morning, everyone. Good morning. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Lieutenant Bradshaw, and we're going to go ahead and get this graduation started. Sergeant Hodge, would you please present the class? Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I ask that you silence your cell phones as to not detract from today's ceremony. At this time I would ask that all who are able to please rise as the Metro Transit Police Department's Honor Guard presents the colors. Those in uniform, please place your hands over your heart during the presentation. Color Guard, please present the colors.
Present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
Color column, march. Ready, step.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lieutenant Michael Bradshaw, the commander of the Training Division. It's my pleasure to serve as your host for today's graduation ceremony. On behalf of Chief Michael Lanzalo, the officials, officers, and members of the Metro Transit Police Department, I welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the very first class of the Metro Transit Police Department Criminal Justice Academy. Metro Transit Police Recruit Class 24-1. As we begin today, I would like to introduce our seated attendees. To my right, Assistant Chief of Metro Transit Police, George Nader. Wamada General Manager, Mr. Randy Clark. Retired Chief of Police of the Metro Transit Police, Mr. Michael A. Taborn. Our guest speaker for today's ceremony, Colonel Roland L. Butler, Jr., Secretary of Maryland Department of State Police. Fraternal Police Chairman, Colin Doherty. Deputy Chief Stephen Bone, Patrol Operations Bureau. Deputy Chief Daniel Alvarez, Commander, Homeland Security, Intelligence and Investigations Bureau. Deputy Chief Maurice McKinney, Special Operations Bureau. Captain Robert Brewer, my apologies, Ms. Shonda Lewis, Director Community Services Bureau. Captain Robert Brewer, Strategic Services Bureau. Ms. Renee Battlebrooks, Acting Director, Metro Transit Police Department Criminal Justice Academy. It is my pleasure to introduce the Assistant Chief of the Metro Transit Police Department, Assistant Chief George Nader. Assistant Chief Nader plays a vital role in helping to lead the only tri-jurisdictional police department in the United States with over 300 sworn police officers, 116 special police officers, and nearly 75 civilian personnel. Assistant Chief Nader oversees the safeguarding of more than 1 million Metro Bus and Metro Rail customers each day and the safety of over 11,000 employees. He is responsible for the security of revenue, bus and rail transit vehicles, over 90 rail stations, 35 parking garages, and numerous support facilities throughout the 1,500 square mile transit zone. Please welcome Assistant Chief George Nader, who will provide opening remarks, acknowledge distinguished guests, and introduce our General Manager, Mr. Randy Clark, and other guest speakers.
Good afternoon. Class, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Congratulations on this momentous occasion. We're so proud to be here to celebrate your achievements. So we're looking forward to having a great day. For the family members that came out and for all you did to get these men and women to where they are today, we say thank you. Thousands of applicants are gone through to find the very best. There's something distinguishing about each one that stood out as their applications get reviewed, and they go through a very rigorous hiring process and then a rigorous now 8-month academy. So they put in a lot of work, and they couldn't have done it without your support and all the things that you did. These things that they're going to need to carry them in their career in law enforcement. What I can tell you is they're going to miss birthdays, they're going to miss some holidays because they're going to be out here protecting the public and serving. So they've chosen to take a life of service, but it does take a family of support to get them through. So please give them that support for the rest of their career because they're going to need it. For the members up here of the Metro Transit Police Department and the members that we have in the audience, please know that your family members are coming to an organization that cares about them. Your family members are coming to an organization that's going to do everything that we can to ensure that they have everything that they need to succeed. This class, they're trailblazers. They're the first class that's an all-encompassing Metro Transit Police Department. There were many classes before them. There's going to be many classes after them, but there will never be another first class. So what you do sets the tone for the rest, for the future You'll see here we have the next class. They're following in your footsteps now. So take that responsibility seriously. There was a lot of hard work that went into getting our own police academy. It took a lot of support that we got internally from Metro and externally from some of our partners. I would like to recognize some of the people in the audience that really we would not be here without. And so we report to training bodies. Most police departments have one that they report to. We have 2 training bodies and a city that we have to report to and make sure we meet all these training requirements to produce a Metro Transit police officer. So with that, when we made our transition to our own police academy, we really got a lot of help from Department of Criminal Justice through Virginia. And I want to recognize Bob McHale and Harvey Powers in the audience. Thank you so much. And Mr. McHale, particularly for you, thank you for guiding us and getting us where we needed to be. And what they do is they make sure we're prepared to meet all the state training objectives, and we've done that in Virginia. So thank you so much. Next, for the Maryland Police and Training Commission, Ms. Stephanie Kane. For all the help we got from your organization, we are forever grateful. We truly appreciate the long-standing relationship that we have. And as I said when I came up, I promise we will be good partners. We have with us also, Metro has a board of directors. The level of support that we get from Metro from top to bottom is remarkable. They ask us to do various things and tasks, but then they give us the tools that we need. So I would like to recognize board member Dr. Lowe, please. Thank you for everything you do for us. Also, as an organization, right, Metro, 12,000 some odd employees. We have our senior executive team member, if I could recognize Ms. Sherry Dickerson. She runs all of the 12,000 employees here. She is our head of HR, a tremendous amount of support for us, so none of us would be here without her, so thank you for everything that you do for us. With that, the distinguished panel that we have up here that I'm going to introduce you to, I mean, it doesn't come together that you get this caliber of people in daily, but prior to doing that, I would be remiss if I did not recognize all the hard work from the Metro Transit Police Training Academy and the people that did tremendous job getting our academy certified in Maryland, DC, and Virginia to be able to produce these. So for the Training Academy, thank you all for everything that you did. This is deeply appreciated by this organization. With that, the first introduction that I'll do, also really before I do my next introduction, I want to recognize that this police department is one that believes in giving back, and we reach back out and we support one another. And just a prime example of that in the audience today, we have a retired Deputy Chief, Kevin Gaddis, who came out to really celebrate this momentous occasion. So Kevin, if you could. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And the most important folks, the family, thank you all for everything that you do once again. So it's my honor, truly, and I mean this, to introduce our general manager who, I don't know, if you built him in a machine, this is what the outcome would be. He's been here since 2022. His prior experience include being the president and CEO of Capital Metro in Austin, Texas, where he helped secure one of the country's largest voter approved transit referendums in U.S. history. And if you watch his moves here, you can see how he got it done, because it's so fascinating to watch his leadership and the way he's able to move things. And I'll highlight some of those things in a moment. He held key leadership positions in public transportation around the country. He served as the Vice President of Operations and Member Services for American Public Transportation Association, which we know as APTA, in Washington, D.C. from 2016 to 2018. He served 6 years in various positions with Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority in Boston, including Deputy Chief Operations Officer, Assistant General Manager of Engineering, Maintenance and Preparedness, and probably the best position is the director of security for that job, which I'm telling you that when we deal with our top leadership, we know that he has an understanding because he's done the job that we're tasked to do, and he understands what it takes to get it done, and he shows that every day with the level of support that we get, so we appreciate that.
We can just wrap it there.
No, sir. For his accomplishments, I'm going to list some of his accomplishments. In less than 3 years, truly, Mr. Clark has been the guiding point to change the footprint of Wamada, and I think that's evident in the board immediately recognizing his talent and extending his contract to 2029. So we're lucky to have him for another few years at least. Some of the things that he did: restoring the 7K fleet back to service, implementing automated train controls, opening the Silver Line, opening various new stations and facilities, creating the Metro Integrated Command System, which is a unified command center where all components of Wamada have streamlined our communication, which makes us more efficient as an organization. Specific to the Metro Transit Police Department, some things that I never thought I would see come back, and Dr. Lowe had a big hand in this. We're able to lead a campaign to just secure legislation revisions to bring back fair enforcement to the Metro, and that's been a tremendous help for us in our crime reduction efforts. He's led us initiating banning, which is going to take place in June, increased law enforcement visibilities with various internal and external partners within the system, and that increase has changed from 40 uniformed police and security officers per shift to over 130 per shift, which is another contribution to why we have the crime reductions that we have. So for everything that Mr. Clark does for us, I say to you, thank you, and we're honored to have you, sir.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Excellent. So Chief Nader is either, that was a eulogy and I'm dead and I don't realize it, or it's performance review season, and one of those two things happened. But Chief, thank you for, quite frankly, recognizing the efforts of 13,000 teammates that we all have, all pulling in the same direction. We have accomplished a lot over the last 3 years, and I have the privilege of being in this role, but this is all one team, one Metro all the time, so appreciate that. Couple notes, and then I'll do a couple maybe interesting things at the end here. One, I gotta always start off with how about Sergeant Rodas and the honor guard, huh? Is that? I always embarrass him every time I'm here, and he does it. But he's just fantastic, and we have a great team that way. Want to congratulate. LT, we got an emergency? Okay, well, you got it under control. Want to congratulate our new officers. I'm just so excited. You made it through a long, arduous process. As the chief mentioned, it's not easy, but you did it, and you're here today, and we're just super happy. One, you picked Metro, and two, that you're here at the end, right? And we're going to be all in and supporting you to make you very successful here. Want to thank the families. Packed house. The AC is slowly going down, which is great, but this shows you how much meaning this ceremony is. We say this at every graduation, not just police graduations, because we have a massive organization here. Families make a big deal here, right? You're going to work a lot of shifts. Going to be we are 365, 24/7. A lot of police departments say that. We're the ultimate in special events here, right? In the National Capital, in the Metro system, basically every July 4th. Every Marine Corps marathon, every inauguration, every day that you used to grill and have a good time, your family members basically you're not gonna see them for about 20 years. Right, Chief? It's something like that. And they're gonna have rough days, they're gonna have amazing days, and they're gonna need you, right? So welcome to the Metro family. Your understanding, compassion, teamwork at home makes them a successful person here. We want them to be successful here so they can get the benefits and the pay to look after you at home as well. And I know our FOP president feels very strongly about the pay and benefits part and works very hard to ensure that. Colin, I'll start right there. Thank you for our partnership with FOP. Management and labor is not supposed to be agreeable on everything, but I think, have built a relationship over 3 years where we're never disagreeable, right? And I think that is the key about respect and working together to accomplish things. Want to thank our training team. Awesome job. One, getting certified. It was a big lift, no question about that. And then the first class getting done. And we have our recruits already in this building, ready to go for the next class. So enjoy the weekend, and we're right back at it. But just fantastic job. Want to take a moment, and it's so unfortunate Chief Anzalo couldn't be with us today, but he does deserve a couple days off from time to time. So I want to just thank Chief Anzalo, Chief Nader, and the entire command staff, and all of the other officers I see in this room and officials I see in this room. This is a great police department, arguably the hardest place to get in from a training point of view. You do unbelievably community policing every day. A lot of departments will talk about community policing. You live community policing. We don't do anything but community policing here. Giving directions of how to get around the system is going to be as important, if not more important, than putting cuffs on someone, right? You are, in one way, an ambassador of Metro, and then you have the special police powers, right? And the more we can do this, ideally, the less of that we do. And it's a very unique situation here. And I am just incredibly proud of this team. This team has done everything I've asked, and basically that has been simple. Let's drive down crime. Let's make this place safe for every customer and every employee. And it's happened. We are at a 7-year low in crime in this system. April was lower than March, and we are on pace for the lowest crime year in the history of the organization. And that doesn't just happen. That's hard, hard work, and it's everyday work, and it's the officers. It's in the control center, it's video, it's great detective work, it's our community engagement team, it's our crisis intervention team, and it's partnerships, right? You are going to have this unique role here where you're going to have to partner with everybody, whether you like it or not some days, right? We're in the middle. We are the connective tissue, and we are so lucky to have a member of our Maryland State Police Partnership with us, right? Thanks for Colonel being here. This is a symbol of partnerships that we do every day. It's very likely that most situations that you're going to respond to, a partnering agency is going to be there with you. Good example, we had an officer-involved shooting this time last week, and I'm in D.C., and we have one officer, a couple other officers are show up, and then within seconds, there's a bunch of MPD officers. And that team kept the community safe. And that's how this is all working every day. Want to take a moment also and recognize our board members. So Board Member Lowe, thank you for being here today, and I know you're going to make some personal remarks here in a second. Our board is very complex. We have 2 board members from D.C., 2 from Maryland, 2 from Virginia, and 2 from the federal government. What could go wrong, right? Like, it's so easy. But they all work so well together, and they're here for the right mission, which is Team Metro, and how to make this place better for everybody, that works here, but the people that we serve. It's a service-based organization. And I just really appreciate, you, Dr. Lowe, and all of your colleagues. The relationship between board and staff is fantastic. They're out in the community. They're out working at events with us. They're out engaging with the staff. Board Member Lowe is on the system every single day. Trust me, every single day. And that's a good thing, right? And we're out there and we're riding and we're interacting with our customers and with our staff, and I know she's going to give some remarks on that. A couple other Metro stats, and then I don't want to go too long in the tooth here, is you have joined, in my opinion, the premier transportation organization in the United States. And I don't say that just because I got this lucky to have this role. We are on the up, and we're on the up rapidly. We've led, so big measure for us is ridership, right? At the end of the day, we're a transportation organization, and moving people is what we do. We've led the United States in ridership growth for over 2 years straight. First quarter, we blew every agency in the country out of the water, and in April, we blew them out again. We're running safe, frequent, reliable service, and it's going really well. We carry more people on bus than we even did before the pandemic. The rail system on weekends is packed. Rush hours are back. Our reliability is way up. Chief Tabor remembers the old days of arcing insulators and offloads all day long. We don't have those anymore, and I hope I just didn't ruin Friday night for a bunch of us. But Lieutenant Holmes is back there. She got it, as we said earlier. But, this organization has come a long way from some serious issues, and that is because of the hard work. And so while you're part of the police department, I just wanted to say these stats because you're part of Metro. And you have another 12,500 colleagues that don't wear a uniform every day, or they wear a different uniform. And it is so important you build those relationships with those individuals, station managers, bus operators, custodians, fare technicians, elevator, escalator technicians. They're your teammates. They actually know more what's going on in a station than you'll ever know what's going on in a station. And they are your eyes and ears, and they look to you when danger happens. And so I think, you know, a good example is some of your command staff and officials. They're at the rank they're at because they've figured out how to build those relationships. And if you talk to great officers that you're going to be out hitting the street on Sunday with, they'll tell you that is the relationship, right? At the end of the day, we are one big team working together. The last two things I want to mention, I want to give a special call out. Is Sanchez in the room? I thought I just saw him. I want to give a call out to Binky. So not that Officer Sanchez I wouldn't call out, but Binky is getting a big recognition today for being certified as our first comfort dog. And welcome to the team, Binky. It is just incredible. I think it goes to show this whole rounded approach at Metro. And I'm sure Binky will come up here and do some tail wags in a little bit to get some attention. Oh, well, that's allowed. Take it personal for a second. So the last thing is for the family members, I want to highlight something with this recruit class. So I went out with this recruit class at a training center, and I wasn't really doing great last year. I had a lot of leg issues. I had a bad ski crash. And I went out, and I think I still had some leg braces on, and I met these recruits, and I said, welcome, and I said, before you graduate, I'm going to go out running with you. And I am really happy that you let me come out and run with you last week. It was so much fun for me, so meaningful to go for a run with all you in the first class on the National Mall, celebrating an accomplishment that you've all met, and kind of symbolically in the center of America, right? This national capital. And I think I want to give a special call out to Officer Johnston, who, if you talk about somebody with pipes, right? We go for a run, the entire time he's calling the march, and I said to him, you got to be military, right? And he's like, yes, sir, of course, right? But I just thought that was just fantastic, all of you, but you kept that cadence perfectly, and they're doing their song. And they integrate some comments about running with the GM. So they put a little work into the song, and I just wanted to say how much I really appreciated that. So again, thank you, all the families. Thanks for the training staff, command staff. Thanks for all of our special guests. It's just great, and congratulations. I know you go out starting officially on Sunday, so have fun tonight. Not too much fun, but have fun tonight. You definitely deserve it. Thank you.
For those of you that don't know, Mr. Clark is a marathon runner. So he runs 26 miles a few times a year. So I don't know how the class did out there, but I heard they did really well. One thing from my seat, I hope you all can see, but look how sharp they look. Yeah. They look great. Impressive class, really, they are. Right now, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Lowe to say a few words.
Thanks so much. I'll keep it quick. But I just wanted to chime in today to extend my personal congratulations to our graduating class here, and of course, my thanks to all of MTPD. My understanding is that by moving to this in-house academy, that we are achieving efficiencies and saving money. And as a board member, that just it's deeply, deeply moving. And so I'm just overjoyed that I can be here on such an occasion. As Randy mentioned, I am a frequent rider. Proud to say that I ride more often, both Metro Rail and Metro Bus, than Randy does. But I want to emphasize also that my children are using the system almost every day. And the reason why I feel so comfortable and confident relying on Metro and trusting essentially every aspect of my life and how I get from A to B to Metro, and only very occasionally to ride on, is because of MTPD. It's because I know that Metro is safe, and it is safe because of you. So thank you so much for everything that you do for me and my family and for our region. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'll just make this a little bit more personal. I am also married to a law enforcement officer, and so I can really relate to the earlier remarks about the sacrifices that families make. My husband's leaving our vacation 3 days early so that he can work the 4th of July. And, you know, this is just what this life is like, and that's what it takes in order to keep our community safe. And so I thank both our officers who serve and the families for all the sacrifices that I know you're going to make. But I will say that, you know, maybe not every officer necessarily has a huge family that is making those sacrifices alongside them. So just another piece of advice for both families and for the officers, just remember that if once every day you do one thing to check on a fellow officer or a fellow officer's family member, everything is going to be okay. And the world is going to be a better place. I really thank you for doing your jobs, but just remember that what you learned at the academy is not just how to be a great officer on your own. You were forged into a team, a squad, if you will. And part of what's incredibly meaningful about this job is not just the impact that you're going to have, but the collective impact that you're going to have together. So create that collective impact by building those relationships and taking care of each other as well as our community. I think that's plenty for me. So I'll just conclude with one more thank you. It is such a joy to be here today sharing this moment with you all. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Lowe. I think that that's the prime example as to why we're here, what it means that families use our system. Families trust us to get their children to and from school or to and from an event safely. So I couldn't have given a better example. Thank you. One thing I do want to do is recognize Director Sarai Leon. She's the director of the Strategic Services Bureau. She could not be here today, but a lot of hard work from her and her team is what led to this. So I want to recognize that. And then we have a lineage of leadership here at the Metro Transit Police Department. Our current chief, Michael Lanzalo, he's a selfless leader. So my job is to try to have an opposing opinion to him at times, right? So when the graduation date came upon a date where he had a family vacation planned for 2 years that's out of the country, you know, I went to him and I said, sir, we're going to move the graduation date. We're not going to do it without you. And so here's my impression. George, we're not going to hold the officers up for me. We're not going to do that. You graduate these officers. So that's what he is. He's a leader that really can be admired. There's somebody that I've learned so much from. When I talk about caring about the police officers and the people that do this job, he cares more about the officers than any chief I've, worked so closely with. So with that, just to him, thank you for everything that he's done, and I want to really make sure that I recognize him, because without him, we wouldn't be in this position. So thank you, Chief.
FOP should thank him too. He really does care about the officers. Oh, yeah.
Often in
Yes, my joke is he's negotiating on behalf of the FOP half the time.
So with that, we have like I said, we do have a lineage of chiefs, and we have people that want to give back. We have people that spent a career here but still care about us. We have a man here today, Michael Taborn, former chief for the Metro Transit Police Department. 32 years ago, then Captain Taborn took a chance on a kid. And I owe you so much, sir. I owe this organization so much. Really, it means so much to me. But Chief Taborn was Class 1. Metro Transit Police Department, Class 1. Now, his wife reminded me that when I was hired, he was only 15. And I agreed with her, but really has had such a successful career beyond Metro. He's done work with FTA. He's done work around the country. He works with transportation organizations, both federal and local, and really makes sure that they are providing the best safety environment that they can for their riders. And And he's come back here, as humble as we are to have you, sir, he's come back here to give you words of encouragement and guidance for the next 25 years of your career. So for his time and his wisdom that we're about to receive, I ask the class, please pay attention to this man, because he's been there, done that, and he's going to give you the roadmap. So with that, Chief Taborn, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chief Nader. Greetings to everybody, in particular Randy Clark, who I've known for a long time, his background, and he's doing tremendous things here with Wamada. I've had the pleasure of working with 9 of the 11 general managers with the respective boards, and thank you to the board members and the executive leadership team of Wamada, to the 12,000 employees, to the Metro Transit Police, of whom I dearly, truly, 100% love. To this class, 2401, 50 years ago, I was 2 months into our training for our new academy, for the new Metro Transit Police Department. They kept putting the training back and back, so we stayed in training for 51 of those weeks, and the system opened up March 27, 1976. So I applaud you, not only applaud you, but your training staff. The majority of my time here at Wamada in the Metro Transit Police was assigned to the training division. I would say of my 33 years, I spent about 11 years in training. So I appreciate the work that you've gone through, comments that were made by General Manager and CEO Mr. Clark, Nader, about the Maryland Police Correctional and Training Commission, Department of Criminal Justice Services, all of the requirements that you've gone through, the standards that are in place by the Metropolitan Police Department. You've not only met those standards, but you've exceeded those standards. I can say to you is that, remember this day, remember the comments about your family, remember that you protect one another, remember that you do the right thing for the right reason. Remember that you will be going into your field training program. Don't forget the lessons that you were taught in the academy. Don't get a big head. Don't swell up with your badge and your gun. Always treat people with respect and dignity, because you never know when that person that's out there in the system that's sweeping the floor may be the person that calls for your backup. So always treat, without question, the fellow employees with respect and dignity. There's a lot that I could say, but I don't want to hold up the superintendent from making his remarks. But I really do truly appreciate you. I could spend 2 hours telling you about certain things that I've learned over the course of the year. I've had the pleasure of working with, the beginning was Angus B. McLean. I've worked with Jackson Graham, who was the first general manager of this organization, and the dedication to the people, not only in the National Capital Region, but visitors as they come here. Million Man March, Bicentennial, the visit of the Pope, the opening of the Nationals, you name it, we've been there. The 4th of July, I think in 33 years, I may have gotten off 2 times. So anticipate eating that burger or that hot dog a little later. Thank you so very much for representing this agency and carrying on the legacy of the best police department. I didn't say transit. Best police department in the United States. God bless you.
You have to note that he said 50 years ago. So I just pop quiz for Mr. Clark. What's our next anniversary coming up, sir?
Next year, 50th Metro anniversary, next year.
Really?
Yes. Chief, I hope you come.
Absolutely.
There we go. Yep.
Signed by President Ford, June 4th, 1976, Public Law 94-306, organizing the Metro Transit.
Please.
I'll be remiss, my next door neighbor, Shanae, introduced me to a young man probably about a month ago, the biggest guy that I've seen in a while. We needed him on our basketball team, Brian. Come in, Shanae.
All right, so since we get to ad-lib, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize, ma'am, the newest little recruits. I see them in their uniform, so can we get them to come forward so everybody can see them? Let me tell you, hey, no shame, Miss Dickerson, we start recruiting young. So with that, the success of this organization could not be where it was without a good working relationship with the Fraternal Order of Police, which is the union that represents the men and women of this organization, far beyond collective bargaining. You know, the union here really does so much for their officers, and they care so deeply for their officers, and this is a fraternal order that you're now a part of. And we're so proud to work so closely with the union and have the relationship that we have, because they're responsible for the success here. So with that, I'd like to yield the floor to the chairman, Colin Doherty.
I know we got a long string of commenters, so I'll keep my comments very, very brief, which I think I've developed a reputation for. Good afternoon. As always, I just want to take, I will keep my remarks brief, but I want to take a moment to welcome all of our new officers and all of their families. You all made an outstanding choice in coming to the Metro Transit Police, and I applaud your decision. So another round of applause for them, please. All I have to say this morning, especially to our new officers, is thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you've put in over the past 9 months. Thank you for making the hard decision to become a police officer. It is not an easy decision. I understand, and I know we all acknowledge that, and we appreciate that. Thank you for keeping your edge sharp. Some of you start field training in less than 48 hours. Everybody, the families know that, right? Like some of these guys go right to work on Sunday, okay? So they go home, they get a quick dinner, and they're right out there on Sunday getting it done. So thank you for that. Thank you for keeping your edge sharp. And thank you most importantly, it's been said already, but I'll say it one more time, to the families out there in the audience. You're all part of our family now, and we couldn't do it without all of you. So thank you for your decision to come to the Metro Transit Police. Welcome aboard. I look forward to seeing you all out there on the street.
Thank you, Assistant Chief Nader and Mr. Clark. I would now like to introduce and tell you about our guest speaker, Colonel Roland L. Butler. Colonel Roland L. Butler, Jr. was sworn in as Secretary of the Maryland Department of State Police by Governor Wes Moore on April 11, 2023. With over 3 decades of law enforcement experience, Colonel Butler oversees both the Maryland State Police and the Office of State Fire Marshal. As a dedicated leader in law enforcement, advancing through all ranks, Colonel Butler has held a wide range of key command and operational roles. In 2024, he served as Maryland's on-scene coordinator for the Key Bridge Response Unified Command, in which he was responsible for the deployment of the Underwater Recovery Team, Aviation Command, Forensic Science Division, and the Criminal Enforcement Division. In 2020, he was appointed to the rank of Lieutenant Colonel as Chief of the Field Operations Bureau. While in this role, he led a patrol force of over 1,000 troopers and investigative personnel assigned to 23 barracks and 3 specialized divisions across the state. Prior to his appointment, he served in line and supervisory positions in both the patrol and investigative bureaus. Now serving as Maryland's top law enforcement officer in the state, Colonel Butler leads a workforce of over 2,200 civilian and sworn personnel defined by integrity, fairness, and service. Under his leadership, the department continues to modernize technology, enhance training, and recruit the most qualified applicants to ensure the agency remains a model of excellence. Colonel Butler earned his master's degree in organizational leadership from the Johns Hopkins University Public Safety Leadership Program. He is also a graduate of the Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command. Born and raised in the District of Columbia, Colonel Butler is a member of the 105th Maryland State Police Academy class. As the 21st Superintendent of the Maryland State Police and the first African-American superintendent in the history of the department, Colonel Butler is proud to lead one of the most well-respected law enforcement agencies in the nation. I present to you Colonel Butler.
Good afternoon. Today is one of the two most important days in any law enforcement agency. Fallen heroes, and then the day that we graduate new academy graduates and they become police officers. You are joining the greatest profession in the world. You've been dialed in this whole time. You've gotten an incredible peek behind the curtains about what to expect, as has your family. Now I want you to take a deep breath, take it all in, and listen. Your opportunity to be great starts right now. Good morning to the General Manager, Randy Clark, Assistant Chief Nader, members of the Wamada staff. Your graduation is taking place 2 days before the start of National Police Week, an emotional time for law enforcement officers. We honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. You're joining a profession that I said demands a lot of you. Your profession comes down to a few key things: perseverance, resilience, communication, and understanding. If you can break it down to those pieces, you're guaranteed to be successful. You will face crisis after crisis, and the one thing that I want you to understand, in every crisis that you experience, there's an opportunity for greatness. There's an opportunity for you to continue the legacy that started 49 years ago. Metro Transit has always enjoyed a great reputation, and I say that as a young man that was born and raised in DC, and I take on DC with a few bus tokens and a student pass. Seriously, I could travel the city. Not only did I have contact with the bus operators, the subway operators, and the police officers, but more importantly, they were part of the communities. They were my neighbors. People will look to you professionally when you're working. They'll also be watching you when you're off duty. You're joining a profession that is 24/7, 365 every day of your life. Keep that in mind. People take notes. They now have the ability to compare your actions with what the policies say. And they will not hesitate to reach out and comment. But the beauty of them reaching out, commenting, at the close of the ceremony today, we hand you the proverbial pen. You have the ability to write your own narrative. That is truly powerful. To the families, thank you so much for being here and being part of today. I hope you heard the echoing comment that this is a family. Metro is a family. You may be the law enforcement component, but you're part of a much larger structure. Knowing your chief and assistant chief, first and foremost, wellness and professionalism. You will face trying times. Your stress levels will go through the roof. Small bites, and I encourage you to use a phrase that I use: keep it at a 5. You're never as good as they say. You're never as bad as they say. And there is nobody, absolutely nobody, that can be harder on you than the person that looks at you in the mirror every day. You are the police with purpose. This is not about egos. Anybody can provide input. I suggest you take the moment and listen. Save yourself the learning curve. You're going to come out the first class after 8 months of solid training, exceptional training. I've heard much of went into establishing your own academy. You're probably going to be better trained than a lot of the officers that you interact with, but that doesn't give you carte blanche not to listen. You have to figure out how to convey what you've learned and bring them to the next level. You're going to get a very short period of time where you're in the entry-level position, and I won't lie, the expectations won't be nearly as high as they are 5 years from now. 5 years from now, you could find yourself sitting in the front row or one of these graduations waiting to meet your new recruit. Pretty powerful, isn't it? But that's how it works. It's about professional development. There is no use in having a ton of knowledge if you can't convey that knowledge. There is no use in having a ton of knowledge if people don't want to talk to you. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Powerful. You think about it, you can accomplish anything. You will hit a bump in the road where you need help. I'll tell you now, there is nothing shameful about asking for help. The only thing that's more powerful than asking for help is looking at your peer and engaging them and saying, hey, you need help. That's not a moment to grandstand. That's not something to talk about. That's the moment to help your peer. You all have a unique advantage that I didn't have. Cell phones. You can solve a lot of problems on cell phones, and I'm envious. The fact that you can go to a call for service, have a description, a picture of the suspect, and everything right there, that eliminates a lot of ambiguity. But also, that cell phone's a powerful tool. Don't rely on just the text message. It's one of the things that I'll tell you, if there's a person in crisis, do you really think you're gonna pick it up in a text message? Text, email are probably the two poorest mediums of communication that we use on a regular basis. Open your mouth and talking. Watch those above you. Effective managers and effective leaders, they do some very unique things. If you watch close, the person that doesn't use the computer in their office, they walk around with that empty folder. Hey, Captain, you mind if I use the desk next to yours? I got an empty folder. I want to know what's going on. You remember what I said about the peek behind the curtain in communication? They told you who to talk to. Station managers, bus drivers, people that clean up around the station. They're going to give you tidbits of information to weave a tapestry of protecting people and understanding people. 240 million people use Metro every year. These are international visitors. These are students. These are children in the 5th grade that got off the bus right in front of here when I grew up in Hillcrest to take the bus across town in the subway to go to school just down the street from Georgetown University. It's powerful. It doesn't matter how bad your day is. If they reach out to you and they need help, help them. Be consistent. Be the voice of reason. Police with purpose. Do the right things for the right reasons. You're already ahead of the curve, the fact that you're sitting there. Think about all the people that competed to be where you are. You worked hard for 8 months, but that's just the start of the marathon. Your learning will never stop. To be great at what you do, you must be competent in the performance of your duties. That means you're going to keep studying. You're going to keep learning. And with that study and learning comes the obligation to teach and develop others. You're going to do all of that while you take care of your family. Your family's going to give you some interesting feedback. Concentrate on the family component. You've heard so much about it. This will sound counterintuitive, but I think after 31 years of experience, most of the people in this room will agree. You don't need to surround yourself with law enforcement officers in your personal time. If you do, make sure you have the right people that'll tell you the truth, to tell you that you're a little ahead of yourself. You're out over your skis, so to speak. Think about what you do and listen to those people. To the families, thank you for setting the foundation that got them to where they are today. You will continue to carry the load, unfortunately. They will miss events. They will miss birthday parties. But you're now part of the Metro family. That's pretty awesome when you think about it. So when you're having your events, make sure you invite the people that are important to you. The people that are important are the people that will tell you the truth. You're going to do great things. The problem with doing so many great things, you may never get feedback. Don't ever make it about you. As people will tell you, oh, you're just drinking the Kool-Aid. Think about why you're here. You're here to make a difference. Crime is at a 43% all-time low, 43% down. I tell you right now, I don't hesitate to ride Metro. Some days I just want to get out of Maryland, let my folks handle things, and I'll ride my own route. Why? Perspective. You are the future leaders of this department. It's a pretty high expectation. I encourage you to police yourselves, support one another. When it comes time to study, share your information. I think you found out from day one when you reported as individuals that that does not work. You're only as strong as your weakest link. I'm pretty sure you've heard some other poignant phrases throughout your time. But the most important thing, don't ever forget, you are the police with purpose. Community policing is vitally important. You have no way of knowing when you will impact a life. But I will tell you, in your darkest hour, you will probably get some feedback from someone that lets you know what impact you had on them. If not, it'll be random. Just the day before MSP Fallen Heroes last Wednesday, my media communications person walked in with a poem. It's like, wow, how do I work that into the speech? But I pulled out a stanza just to share with you all. Behind the badge, a human stands, guided by duty with steady hands. Protecting lives, they safeguard peace. A selfless mission that will never cease. This is from a woman in New Jersey that has never met me, never met any of my troopers. But she thought it was that important to share that emotion. And I will tell you 9 times out of 10, she had contact with a law enforcement officer in her darkest hour. And that's typically where we do that. People don't invite us to parties unless it's a loud party and they want us to shut it down. So think about the impact you have. And the easiest thing to think about, look over at your family. Everybody give me about a 45-degree turn. Look at your family members. Be the police officer, be the law enforcement officer that you would want to interact with them and protect them. Be that person. Be that guiding light for the person that has a mental health challenge, the young person that just needs help or guidance. And you're going to be in a chaotic environment. I am picture the old Metro Center. That was one of the old dual stations where you had upstairs, downstairs. Think about the kids you move on from standing there, 4 or 5 buses, 4 or 5 trains rather. Make the right impression. You never know where he'll end up. You never know where you're going to take people. But when you take people, whatever you do, you're taking along the Metro Transit reputation, and you're taking along your friends and family. So please do the right thing for the right things, right reasons. God bless you, and thank you for stepping into this profession. And always remember that you are the greatest recruiting tool that any law enforcement agency has. People are going to look at you and want to be like you. So thank you.
Assistant Chief Nader will now present Colonel Ronell Butler with a token of appreciation.
Chief's in Europe, but I'm guessing he's watching the stream. So,
Is there a live stream?
yeah.
Hey, Chief.
So one of the things he sent me that I neglected, that he said, George, I left doing the chief impression. He said, George, recognize the mothers. So listen, Sunday is Mother's Day. For all the mothers in the room, on behalf of our organization, we would just like to give you the warmest Happy Mother's Day, and we really hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you, Assistant Chief. Thank you, Colonel Butler. At the end of each recruit class, the members select a spokesperson to share a few words at the graduation ceremony. The elected spokesperson for Class 2401 is Officer Marquita Henson.
Good afternoon, family, friends, guests, distinguished officials, and last but not least, our graduates, the newest leaders of law enforcement. My name is Officer Marquita Henson, and it's an incredible honor to stand before you today as a proud graduate of the Metro Transit Police Department Criminal Justice Academy's inaugural class 24-01. This is not just another graduation. 2401 was not just a class. We were handpicked, chosen with purpose, and trained from within by the very department we now represent with pride. We are the first ever graduating class of the Tri-State Academy established by the Metro Transit Police Department on October 1st, 2021. Each of our badges carry a story of profound resilience. We weren't just recruits. We were the foundation. We were the ones who set the limit in what seemed to be impossible, and in doing so, made history. Today marks the beginning of a journey that will not only require every ounce of strength, integrity, and compassion that each of us possess. The Metro Transit Police Department Criminal Justice Academy presented us with academic, physical, and mental challenges that test us in ways we never expected. For many of us, myself included, I initially thought the best way to get through this process was to keep my head down and fly under the radar. I quickly realized that approach did not work here. At the Metro Transit Police Academy, Criminal Justice Academy, there is no such thing as taking the easy way out or doing it alone. Many of us learned that the hard way, but in the end, we discovered something far more valuable. We are in this together. With the incredible diversities of ages, backgrounds, and experiences that make up Class 2401, I am truly fortunate to have worked with each and every one of you. Over the course of 32 weeks, we came together as a class, learning from one another, and without a doubt, supporting one another through each tough task that came our way. Some of the most memorable experiences during this academy was our oleoresin capsicum day, better known as OC Spray Day. The fiery reactions, the fiery pain and reactivations were challenging, but through it all, we looked out for one another. The care and empathy that was shown that time opened my eyes to just how much Class 2401 means to me. Or that time during drill week when Sergeant Roseman stood in front of Officer Ulysses, eyes locked in with an intensity that could melt steel, and shouted, "I will snatch your soul away from you." It went dead silent for a second as the weight of her words sank in, while we all fought the urge to laugh out loud. Of course we did laugh, just not until much later when we were absolutely certain that she could not hear us. And almost every smoke session had its own soundtrack. "You done, Dongo." Now, when that happened, the whole group would break out in laughter. It was like a run-on joke that we didn't even know we had, except we could never see the light at the end of the tunnel. Just a reflection off the sweat puddles on the asphalt. Taser Day was a vibe all on its own. Officer Abdullahi was getting hit with 50,000 volts, and instead of screaming or curling up in a fetal position, he somehow managed to chant, "Make the money." I'm sitting there thinking like, Taj, what part of your body is basically a human toaster right now? Do you not understand? Shout out to our in-class IT guy, Officer Hernandez. This guy deserves a medal. Thank you for constantly going above and beyond, providing us with study guides, and even creating flashcards for our material. You were truly a lifesaver, and we're incredibly grateful for all the hard work you put in. But through all the chaos, the challenges, the occasional smoke sessions, and soul-snatching threats, something truly amazing happened. A new addition to Class 2401 was born. Officer Singh, the newest father, Officer Singh, powered through, proving that no matter what the academy throws your way, there's always room for one more miracle. Our instructors in training, defensive tactics, firearms, and emergency vehicle operations played a vital role in getting us to this point. From day one, the academy staff held us to a higher standard, pushing us to be tough, yet fair. The goal wasn't just to help us pass. They were molding us into resilient, fearless, principled professionals and preparing us for the real-world experiences that lie ahead in the field. To the graduates, congratulations. I'm deeply honored that you chose me to be your class president. Together, we embarked on a journey that not only shapes our future, but also sets the foundations for those who would precede us. The fulfillment and joy of accomplishing something so admirable is in itself commendable and full of accolades. To the families and loved ones, thank you for your unwavering support. Your encouragement and sacrifice made all the difference. Today, we not only celebrate the graduates, but you as well. In closing, Class 2401, progress is built through consistency, discipline, and relentless effort. Every challenge pushed us. Every win fueled us. The sweat, the stress, and the sacrifices were all worth it. Together we stand.
United we protect.
Thank you, Class 2401. We didn't just make it, we made it. At this time, I would like to call forth Officer Kelly to help assist me with presenting a token appreciation to our Assistant Chief on behalf of Class 2401.
Thank you, Officer Henson. Before calling up the Assistant Chief to administer the oath of office, I would like to acknowledge the command staff and thank the members of the MTPD Training Division, Background Investigations Unit, Wamada's Office of Human Resources, and all the instructors who played a vital role in the training to get Class 2401 to where they are today. Sergeant Hodge, will you come forward and certify the class?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, sir.
Assistant Chief Nader, Ms. Kane, Mr. McHale, Mr. Powers. I certify that the 22 officers sitting before you have met all of the training objectives of the Commonwealth of Virginia, the state of Maryland, and the District of Columbia. Congratulations.
Class 2401, attention. Now we have the oath of office. Prior to Class 2401 taking the law enforcement oath of office, it's important they understand what this oath means. An oath is a solemn pledge an individual will make when they sincerely intend to do what is said. The oath is a powerful vehicle demonstrating high ethical standards through long-standing traditions and commitment. This oath is administered to every Metro Transit police officer. Assistant Chief, will you please administer the oath?
Thanks. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Sharita Alexander.
Brittany Williams.
Armani McCoy.
Brooke Collins.
Allegra Fletcher.
Brittany Ward.
Kayla Ragsdale.
Marquita Henson.
Kenneth Hernandez.
Delonte Daniels.
Malone Ndongo.
Mango Singh.
Kaden Kelly.
Dejan McIntyre.
Blaise McCain.
Enough to lie.
Christian Johnson.
Nicholas Dorsey.
Malachi Johnson.
Kikube.
Do hereby swear or affirm
Hereby swear or affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and will discharge my responsibilities as a police officer
and will discharge my responsibilities as a police officer
of the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority
of the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority
with dispatch and total dedication, integrity and impartiality, and will faithfully perform the duties of that office. I will obtain all evidence lawfully. I will work diligently to determine the facts without fear or favor. I will accurately report my findings. Regardless of whether they establish the guilt or innocence of an individual. I will obey as well as enforce the law. Where is it incumbent upon me to do so. I will abide by the rules and regulations of the Transit my supervisors. In all lawful matters of duty performance. I accept the police credentials and shield. As being representative. Of the special trust placed in me. By the Metro Transit Police Department.
Assistant Chief, thank you for administering the oath. Class 24-1, be seated. Class 24-1 is a special group. They are the inaugural class who graduated from the Metro Transit Police's very own police academy. Class 24-1 completed 32 weeks of law enforcement training, which demonstrated the determination, dedication, and desire possessed by Class 24-1 to become Metro Transit police officers. We will now present the Metro Transit Police Achievement Awards to Class 24-1. Excuse me. Deputy Chief Daniel Alvarez, sir, will you please come forward? Deputy Chief Alvarez will present the first award. This award, named in honor of our first Chief of Police, salutes the officer achieving the highest average academic score in the class. The Angus B. McLean Honor Graduate for Class 24-1 is Officer Alasia Fletcher. Deputy Chief Maurice McKinney, sir, will you please come forward? Deputy Chief McKinney will present the second award. This award is named in honor of the first Assistant Chief of Police and acknowledges the officer with the highest overall firearms score, my apologies. The Denny W. Stewart Firearms Proficiency Award for Class 24-1 is awarded to Officer Christian Johnston. Deputy Chief Stephen Bone, sir, will you please come forward? Deputy Chief Bone will present the third award. This award is named in honor of our second Chief of Police, acknowledges the officer with the highest overall physical fitness score. The Burton E. Morrow Physical Fitness Proficiency Award for Class 24-1 is awarded to, for the female category, Officer Marquita Henson. And no, sir, please don't go. For the male category, Officer Zaur Jalil. Now I ask if Ms. Battle Brooks please come up, please.
The Executive Command Staff Recognition is what we're going to do next. Session 2401 has worked really hard. They have worked hard to overcome many hurdles, both personally and collectively, to reach this historic moment of being the first to graduate from the Metro Transit Police Department Criminal Justice Academy. But one person stands out as personifying this moment. We would ask Officer Jalil to come forward. In recognition of his resilient spirit, his positive attitude during difficult times, his never giving up, his always getting back up after falling, his hard work, his unwavering dedication to graduate and to become a Metro Transit police officer. we are honored to recognize Officer Jalil. Your consistent desire to master the technical languages of law and law enforcement demonstrates to others that commitment to achieving difficult tasks has its own rewards and sets a standard for others to follow. So we recognize you. Thank you.
The fourth and final award is the Harry Davis Jr. Marlon Francisco Morales Leadership Award and will be presented by Assistant Chief George Nader and General Manager Mr. Randy Clark. This award is in memory of the 2 Metro Transit police officers who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. The Leadership Award is presented to an officer from each graduating class chosen by their classmates as the individual who demonstrates the qualities of sound leadership and commitment to duty. The recipient of the Harry Davis Jr. Marlon Francisco Morales Leadership Award for Class 2401 is Officer Marquita Henson. Assistant Chief and Mr. Clark, please don't stand. Assistant Chief Nader and Mr. Clark will now present the tri-jurisdictional certificates. Class 2401, attention. Left, haste. Each officer is asked to come forward as your name is called. If any family members would like to come forward to take pictures, you are encouraged to do so at this time. Officer Sharita Alexander. Officer Brittany Williams. Officer Armani McCoy. Officer Brooke Collins. Stick it down. Officer Alasia Fletcher. Officer Brittany Ward. Officer Kaylin Ragsdale. Officer Marquita Henson. I know, right? Officer Kenneth Hernandez. Don't pray for me. Pray for me, Kenneth. Officer Dealante Daniels. Okay. 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 On deck will be Officer Malona Dongo. Officer Malona Dongo. On deck is Officer Jalil. Officer Zaur Jalil. On deck is Pierre Ulysses. Officer Pierre Ulysses. On deck is Officer Singh. I know, right? Oh, he's a Marine.
I think they take that once a Marine, always a Marine. She's too far.
Officer Mankarn Singh. On deck is Officer Kelly. Oh, the little baby. Officer Caden Kelly. On deck is Officer McIntyre. Officer Dejan McIntyre. On deck is Officer Kakang. Officer Blaze Kakang. On deck is Officer Abdullah. Officer Tajuddin Abdullah. On deck is Officer Johnston. Officer Christian Johnston. On deck is Officer Dorsey. Officer Nicholas Dorsey. On deck is Officer Johnson. Officer Malachi Johnson. On deck is Officer Akin Kugbe. Just a little side note before I introduce Officer Akin Kugbe. I had a hard time pronouncing his first name. He was telling me it was Olani, Olana. I couldn't pronounce it. So I just called him All I Need. So, Officer Olani Akin Kugbe. This brings us to the end of the graduation ceremony. Class 2401, remember your training and remember your oath. Use them to guide you on a successful, safe, meaningful career in service to our community. Class 2401, welcome to the department. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you now give a round of applause to our newest sworn members of the Metro Council. No, they ain't telling me about the dog. I would like to acknowledge Officer Abdul-Jabbar's continued service to us for taking our photos. He's always shown up when we need him, and Officer Abdul-Jabbar, thank you. Congratulations to you all. On behalf of Chief Gonzalo, I want to extend a special thank you to the family and friends who have joined us today live and streaming as we welcome new members to the force. Will everyone please stand as the Metro Transit Police Honor Guard retires their colors?
Shoulder. Arms. Ready, step. Freeze, set, arms. Order, arms. Ready, cut. Counter column, march. Ready, step.
Sergeant Sweeney, will you please come forward and dismiss the class?
Class 2401, congratulations. Like I told you before every test, it's not that bad. Everybody's gonna be fine. Just remember that, all right? For the last time this session, class dismissed.
This concludes our ceremony. Please join us in the lobby for light refreshments.